here's everything you need to know before watching Avengers Endgame. In case you've been living under a rock for the last decade, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is heading towards its conclusion with its final film in the series, for now, Avengers Endgame. As you can imagine, way too much has happened in the last 21 films to recap in one video, so this recap will start from after the events of the first Avengers film. You'll find out where all those Infinity Stones came from before Thanos literally got his hands on them. So, here's everything you absolutely have to know before you see Avengers Endgame. With the world saved and Loki captured, the Avengers had successfully assembled for the first time for a battle in New York City. Loki was taken back to his home planet of Asgard by his brother, Thor, to pay for his crimes, while the rest of the team stayed on Earth to guard it against further galactic threats. The Tesseract containing the Space Stone was taken by Thor for safekeeping in Asgard, while Loki's weapon containing the Mind Stone stayed on Earth in the possession of S.H.I.E.L.D. Elsewhere in the universe, we're introduced to a new group of heroes, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord, the leader of the Guardians, came into possession of an orb whilst out on a mission, which contained the Power Stone. The Guardians decided to keep the stone as they knew its power could fall into the wrong hands, which prompted a galaxy-wide search from multiple parties who all wanted the stone for themselves, including Ronan the Accuser, who was working for Thanos, more on him soon. The Guardians eventually defeated Ronan and handed the stone over to the Nova Corps on Xandar for safekeeping. Meanwhile on Earth, Tony Stark and Bruce Banner had been experimenting with a defense system to protect the planet from outside threats. This system came to be known as Ultron, a sentient artificial intelligence who eventually turned against the Avengers. To stop Ultron, Tony Stark fused another AI with the Mind Stone from Loki's scepter, and Vision was born. With Ultron defeated, the government turned their attention to the Avengers and decided that they could no longer be trusted. They wanted the Avengers to sign the Sokovia Accords, which meant they would operate under the control of the UN. The decision to sign or not harmed the team, with Iron Man and Captain America on opposing sides of the argument. This then led to a full-on civil war between the Avengers, with Iron Man enlisting Spider-Man to help in the fight. After the Civil War, Captain America left the US with the Winter Soldier to join Black Panther in Wakanda. Shortly after this, we are introduced to Doctor Strange, who fights off Dormammu from the Dark Dimension and becomes the sole protector of the Eye of Agamotto, which contained the Time Stone. At this point, Thor made his way back to Asgard to rescue his citizens from the planet's destruction, which resulted in him, Loki, the Asgardians, and the Hulk on an escape vessel heading for Earth. By now, Thanos, a power-hungry eternal deviant, had been wandering the galaxy for quite a while. He's been destroying half of all life on planets because he thinks the universe is overpopulated and too chaotic. He wants the stones to add to the Infinity Gauntlet to cut life in half with the snap of his fingers. So he and his army destroyed Xandar to get the Power Stone and killed the Collector to get the Reality Stone, which meant he needed just 4 more stones to complete the set to give him ultimate control of the universe. 3 of the 4 remaining stones were now in the possession of the Avengers, 2 of which were on Earth, and 1 with Loki on the Asgardian ship. At the start of the Avengers Infinity War, we see Thanos destroying Thor's ship, killing Loki and stealing the Space Stone. With his ship destroyed, Thor was sent hurtling through space and was found by the Guardians of the Galaxy, who took him in and offered to help fight Thanos. However, Thanos' daughter Gamora was murdered by her father so that he could access the Soul Stone. Iron Man and Doctor Strange, along with some others, tried to fight Thanos, but they ended up losing their possession of the Time Stone to him in exchange for Iron Man's life. Thanos' army then invaded Earth, and the remaining Avengers and their friends fought them in Wakanda, before Thanos arrived to steal the Avengers' final remaining stone, the Mind Stone. He did that by killing Vision and tearing the stone from his head. After completing the set, he is nearly killed by Thor's hammer before snapping his fingers, killing half of all life in the universe. As Thanos enjoys the sunrise in his new regime, the survivors are left bereft, with their team being slashed in half. And we're left wondering what could possibly happen next. The only way to find out is to watch Avengers Endgame this April.